Alright, I think we're in the clear. Okay, Gearsy, seriously, what the hell was that?
Well, you were in danger, Uzume. My body just kind of moved on its own. And before I knew it, I was jumping out of the
None of that matters. I shouldn't even have been part of that equation. This was your chance. What are you doing wasting it on me? So stupid.
It wasn't stupid. And it wasn't a waste. You're still here and you're safe. And that's what matters to me, okay? If I have to sacrifice someone to get home, then it's not worth it to me. I'm sure Big Sis would say the exact same thing.
But then, how can I ever forgive myself for ruining your only way home?
Uzume, it's in the past. What's important now is to begin planning our next move.
That's easy. We're going right back over there and wrecking each and every last one of them. Maybe Gearsy can still make it back home.
Even if we return there, if the terminal was heavily beaten in the battle, I doubt it's usable any longer.
Then what are we supposed to do?
Our current foe differs from the giant in that she has clear objectives when mounting her attack. I propose we evacuate this area completely.
You really want us to run away from her?
Not exactly. We'll need to devise an appropriate strategy of retaliation, considering this foe is so different from what we faced in the past. Concurrently, we can also be considering alternative options to return Gearsy home.
Okay, as long as we get to fight back. I hate being passive. It doesn't feel right.
Understood. Let us return to our main base. Some of our friends may be able to offer help.
Sorry to interrupt, but what do you mean by main base, Uzume? Wasn't this your base?
I guess I never mentioned it. This was just a temporary base we created for our bouts with the giant. And don't think asking me questions is gonna make me forget your foolish move. You're in for a long lecture once we get over there, Gearsy.
Please go easy on me.
And welcome back to part 10 of Neptunia VIIR, where today we're going to head up to the main base to work out a plan of how we're going to deal with R4. But firstly, we have to go through another returning dungeon from the classic games. This cave is your main base? I think I can hear monsters. Nah, this isn't it. What is this place, Umio? It's a shortcut I found not too long ago. We run less of a risk of being spotted travelling through here than walking outside. There are monsters inside, but, well, I'm sure you two can handle it. Well, I wonder where they were heading, but it looks like these rats are voluntarily heading into our trap. Then, as you fools so desire, I will kill you, slowly and painfully. Still haven't decided on an R4 voice yet. But this cave layout is another dungeon that is from the original games that's had a HD gloss over, with like things being more reflective and standing out a bit more. And the theme, although it's the same theme, it still sounds like they kind of re-recorded it. I don't want to say remade, because it's not remade, they just re-recorded it, and so it sounds slightly different, like there is with every slight re-record.
Did everyone see how I did?
But usually when you're going through this dungeon, you start at the opposite end and head towards where we are. So you start at the finishing point this time around.
Too weak.
But yeah, so even Zero Dimension, like when I first started playing this, I assumed that Zero Dimension was going to be all new dungeons, whilst Hyper Dimension was going to be more focused on some of the old dungeons, since, you know, it's a dimension that's well known in the series. But no, Zero Dimension has this cave as well, apparently. I say that, but although a theme might be shared, no two layouts of a dungeon are the same in this game, which is the first time in the series. In every game beforehand, there had been dungeons that were identical, they just had new enemies in it. And it had become less common for them to do that as the series went on, but this was the first one to completely do away with it. And instead, you might get two dungeons that have the same theme, like we might get another cave that has this aesthetic to it, but the layout will be different. Which really works to its advantage of making each dungeon stand out just a little bit more. The layouts are different, as well as the enemies. And although we're only a team of 2 here, you shouldn't have anywhere near as much trouble as you might have done with Neptune last part of her only being on her Todd. But still be wary, because these enemies can hit quite hard if you're unexpecting it.
Yeah, it's our chance to attack together. My turn.
I say that, but Nep 4, although it definitely has its moments where it can be a bit challenging, it's not too tough of a game. Like, there's a few moments in the second act that do get quite tough, and I'll probably die at least once too. But other than that, this game is not that tough. It's a very easygoing JRPG. Especially because, and it's a series-wide thing, so it's not just this game. If you have a member in your team, not a part of the battle full stop, so they're not a part of the front row or the back row, they're just straight up reserved kind of thing, they will get experience from the fight anyway. And it's the same amount of experience they get from the fight anyway. It's not like Final Fantasy VII or Tales of Berseria, where they get a reduced amount but still get experience. No, they will level up anyway. They will go up at the same rate you are. And here's me just getting rid of all our ores and whatnot. There's a lot of ores you can get in this dungeon. This is a perfect place to grind for ores early game. And I know why they put it here. It's because it's still early game and they want you to start experimenting with it because there's going to be more stuff to do with it coming up. Hey Gearsy, I'm a little late in asking, but did you forget, you didn't forget to bring your end gear, did you? I have it right here. It's my most important possession next to my life, so I made sure to bring it. Huh? What's wrong? It won't turn on. It might be because I yanked out the cable pretty hard when escaping. Did it get broken? Maybe I could give it a whack for you. Whack it? You want to hit the end gear? You know, it's like when you whack a TV and it gets fixed, right? I hit my radio too when it acts up, although since it's getting old, even if I whack it, it doesn't help. I think that hitting it is just making the damage even worse. What? Really? I think so. Since I have the chance, I can fix it once I get back to base. I have to figure out why the end gear isn't working also. Could you maybe modify my visual radio to be cool like yours? You could add some awesome features while you're at it. Oh, that's a good idea. Is there any function you'd like me to add? Now that you ask, I can't think of nothing. Well, when we have the time, give it some thoughts when we get back to base. Will do. I'd thought you two would be depressed, but it looks like I was needlessly worried. You know, I really hope in Nep 5 they make it so the theme you're in continues after a cutscene or combat. Because if you listen carefully as I'm talking along, every time I skip an encounter, the music just starts again. See? That warp takes you back to the entrance, so obviously don't take it unless you do need to get out of here really quick. And it might be worth doing because we do have a boss fight coming up that might catch you off guard. Like, you shouldn't have too much trouble with it, but if you're still learning the game as you go, you might have a bit of trouble going with it, so it might be worth taking that, restocking on supplies, and then coming back if you need be. Even though it's kind of hard to tempt yourself to buy items when the same thing also buys you your skills. Like, I didn't really, on my blind playthrough of this, I didn't bother getting items, like, at all, if ever, until right near the end of the game when everyone had the skills and where to get them. Also, I believe it's next part that I finally remembered to start getting Uzume some new skills. In fact, I might actually do it now because I've got enough. Go on, remember from the other part. Yay! So now we got the Dream Smash Fist. And I get the Dream combo not too soon after, so I start compensating for what was lost. But we have a talking cutscene here, so I'm going to have to shut up again.
This is most strange. It should have been straight along this path. Don't be alarmed, but it appears that we've lost our way. Let us retrace our steps.
Playtime is over, brats.
Oh, you're that pop-up purple hag!
I am not a pop-up purple hag! My name is R4. A name that will signal your demise and ring the bell of destruction for this hopeless world!
This location does not exist on any map in existence. How do you know of this place?
Simple. I took the liberty of following you fools who didn't have the sense to cover your tracks. Because of your stupidity, I was able to trap you all here in this dead end, so thank you.
Whoa, like, gross! Being a stalker is, like, so totally creepy! Ew! Uzume, your speech.
Blast. My deepest apologies to you both. I should have known better. This is my fault.
Oh, You don't gotta be sorry, Umio. We'll just have to crush her. No sweat.
Yeah, Uzume's right. We might be cornered, but we don't have a super huge horde of monsters to fight here. We can do it.
A cornered animal has nothing to lose. We'll get in her face and rip her stupid grin to shreds. You won't even recognize her when we're done.
You two.
R4, prepare yourself. Your life will end here.
What? What did you say just now?
Huh? I said, R4, prepare yourself. Your life will end here.
Just the first part. Just say the first part one more time.
The first, you mean just say your name? R4?
One more time, with some respect.
Miss R4?
Oh. Since first I appeared, it's been Arsnor this, Arbor that, or pop-up purple hag, the worst. Finally, you called me by my name!
Ah, I guess she was actually pretty bothered by our name calling. Hey, R4, since I called you by name, you'll let us pass by you now, right?
Of course. You are one of the few, no, the only one who's ever used my name. That is an effortless request to fulfill.
Yay! Thank you so much!
Idiot. You really expected me to do that?
Aw, darn! I knew it.
How can you not
Chill
love
over.
Nepgear?
We'll just make our way by force. Looks like you're alone, too. We're gonna make you regret not bringing reinforcements. Gearsy, let's get serious.
You got it!
Will you stop prancing around like the weaklings I know that you are? I alone am enough for you twerps. Prepare to die.
This is probably the earliest in a Nep game that we end up fighting R4. She's got 5 health bars, so it's pretty sizable for this part of the game. But she's not too bad. Like, she's got a few things that might be a bit, but you shouldn't really struggle with this. There's another boss fight immediately following this that you might have a bit more trouble with, but other than that... Also, oh yeah, this is mentioning bust and debust. You can boost attack, defense, magic attack, magic defense, and your speed. But the easiest way to tell if someone is buffed or nerfed, like without having to actually look at what they are, is their portrait. If they're really happy in their portrait, they've been buffed. If they look kind of sad or upset or just angry or something like that, they're either debuffed or have got status condition. And so ideally you want everyone to be happy faces, but it's not that simple, obviously. R4 is immune to fear, by the way, so even though I don't think you can have anything fear related at this point, but yeah, she won't get scared of anyone. She can get angry though if you overheal. Also, I'm pretty sure all the bosses in this game are immune to fear, so it's just something they kind of throw in as a status quo. But there's no new game plus in this game, so it's not like you can bring fear back to this fight. So I don't get why they decided to make this one immune. And R4's already dead.
Yay, I got one!
This first fight with R4 is not that tough at all. It's a warm up, if anything, for the next fight.
This is our power!
Does anyone level up? Hey! Oh, and Nepgear just shows us her ass, because of course she does. Oh, well, more cutscenes.
Not bad.
You're way too strong for a lowly pop-up hag, but it's not enough! We nabbed this victory!
What delusions are you living in? I've barely used half of my strength.
Uzume won't fall for that!
Your ignorance will cost you. It's time for you to learn your place the hard way. My true form and my true power!
That form! Why are you in that form? Ew! Gross! Gearsy, I don't think I want to fight her anymore! It'll be so gross to touch her! What? Did you really just say that? Kidding, I'm kidding! Oh, you're so cute when you're in a panic, Gearsy. Goodness. Joking around at a time like this is bad for my poor heart.
Oh, you girls think this is a time for jokes? Very well then, suit yourself. Die!
This can't be. I can't muster any strength.
What's that? No witty joke? No punchline at my expense? Go ahead! Call me a pop-up hag again! I dare you!
This is it, Gearsy. I'm sorry. Wait, that voice. Is that... What is it, Gearsy? I thought I just heard Neptune's voice. Nepsy's voice?
Don't think I'll fall for such an obvious time-wasting bluff. I will end you!
Move, move, move! I'm gonna crush! Huh? So much smoke!
What? What fell? Were those losers really able to call for reinforcements?
Oh, man. I really took a tumble there. Shoot, I was so close to finally catching a skyfish. I didn't realize the ground was missing there. It's a good thing the body is resilient enough to keep working, even after taking a fall from such tall heights. What? Oh, it's the people who were down below. Hey, you guys hurt? Everyone okay? Who are you? Me? My name's Neptune. To be honest, I'm a bug hunter who explores other dimensions. I just happen to be passing by. Whoops. Looks like you all were in the middle of something. Sorry for interrupting you. I think I get what's going on here. Considering I'm an ally to all cute girls, I'm gonna be helping you with your situation here. Hey, cutie, with the pink hair, what's your name? Me? Yep, you. My name is Nepgear. Wow, you have Nep in your name too! Crazy! This Nep can't help but feel like there is some kind of sentimental fate at play here.
Hey.
Hey, Umio! What's going on? Nepsy left, grew up super fast, and then fell on us!
Even I cannot begin to understand this. But if she's willing to help us, her presence will be quite appreciated.
Hey!
Oh? Are you guys Nepgear's friends? That thing on your wrist is really cool. Let me see it. Cool? If you can understand the level of cool my radio wields, then even in your adult state, you're pretty smart, Nepsy.
Hey!
Nepsy, now is not the time for...
Wait, what's this fish? That's hilarious! Look at his serious mug!
I said hey!
Yikes. The weirdo lady just lost it.
Cease your pointless babbling! How dare you cretins ignore me!
Oh, sorry. Did you want us to include you in our conversation? Because... no. I think I'll pass on including a terrible person who torments cute girls. Plus, no offense, but you look kind of creepy.
Running your mouth like that. I, R4, will have you pay for making a mockery of me. You will pay with your life.
Arbor? What a weird name.
It's not R4, it's R4! R4!
Arfjord? Why do they call you that? I seriously doubt anyone sailed up that inlet in over a millennia. I'd blame your wardrobe. Wow! Nepsy's amazing! No one comes close to her in riling up Grandma Arfie over there.
I think the bigger problem is that R4 is just unable to cope with being instigated.
I will never forgive you. I'll murder all 4 of you at once.
Oh, hold up. Quick timeout.
Huh?
It's RPG tradition to heal up before battle. Today, as a special present, I'll give you girls the Netball V2 that I just made. It's a totally crazy color, but is it all right? They say bitter medicine's the best, so a little bitterness is kind of fun. Go ahead, slam it down like milk after a nice hot bath. All in one go. Do it!
Okay. Ugh, it's really bitter. But, wow, my wounds are healing.
I think my strength's coming back too. We can probably win against her now. Now, let's get pumped up for the boss battle.
So that bigger, older, actual dimension hopping Nep has joined our party, which means she won't be showing up in VR sections until she leaves our party. So any chapter we end, we'll just have Nep Station moving forward. Because yes, like the VR sections are actually happening in the plot. I quickly race through all of like Big Nep's skills to just sort of get an idea of like what she has and what she doesn't have. The best thing to note is, despite the fact that Big Nep here isn't a goddess, she's probably the most powerful not like human character in this game. Like, you're gonna see, like, when we start doing attacks and whatnot, despite the goddesses being in their goddess form, Neptune's still doing more damage than them. Yeah, her sword's a bit awkward to use, as you can kind of see, but she just kind of goes wild. Plus, she has a thief class on her because she has a steal attack, where she tries to rob an item from an enemy, which, if you've ever played any RPG in your life, you already know how useful that is. Even further than that, you might notice the blocks for her action points are thinner because she can hold more in her slot. She can stack up a shit ton of action points for this state in the game. Much later in the game, everyone would be like that, but for this part of the game, to have someone that accessible, she's a proper little toolkit with a lot of power behind her if you know how to use her. Like, she's kind of like, she's not broken, but holy shit is she powerful if you keep her on your team at this point in the game. So I'm going to show a steel charge here. And look how much damage that did for one strike. It just took off a whole life bar and a bit for one tap, for one love tap. Like, Big Nep is kind of ridiculous of how much power she actually has at her disposal. Yeah, like, that attack did only that much, but Big Nep's attack still did more damage than that. But this fight is over. This boss fight would be difficult, and it can catch you out if you are not ready for it. But if you just get a feel for Big Nep and get her in on the action, the boss fight will fall apart quick. We got one more cutscene, and when we get more of an idea of who this Big Nep actually is.
Impossible. How could I be defeated by these foolish children?
Believe it, you're done. Huh? Hey, are you two CPUs, perchance?
Definitely. Sorry for the late intro, but I'm Uzume, and I'm the CPU of this nation. Thanks a lot for the help. We really needed it.
Ooh, even in your normal form, you're pretty cool looking.
You think I'm cool looking? Ha! I knew you'd get my vibe, Nepsy!
You know, in your normal state, Nepgear, your looks are pretty similar to mine. If I ever had a younger sister, she might even look like you. Aw, what a pretty thought. I'd love to have a younger sister someday.
Now, Nepsy. You're troubling Gearsy.
Oops, sorry, Gearsy. I didn't mean to trouble you. I just got excited. Oh, that's right. What do we do with this grotesque lady? Arbor, was it?
What should we do? I didn't really think of what to do with her after she'd been defeated.
We hadn't really expected the tables to turn in our favor like that, but now we have the perfect opportunity to beat some sense into her. Now then, what to do? I'm gonna punish you in my own super stylish way, so I hope you're prepared.
I no longer have any will to fight you. Aren't you a CPU? As a CPU, you should treat prisoners according to the law.
Law? Like I give a crap. I'm the CPU of this nation, and that means I am the law. Whatever I do is the frickin' law. Even if I beat you to a bloody dead pulp, as long as it's cool in my book, that's all that matters, right? Huh? Answer me!
Violence is not the answer!
Uzume's really getting into it, huh?
She's acting like a nasty delinquent. This isn't unexpected. There has been a startling amount of rage welling inside of her.
She's turning into quite the villain.
Hey, hold your horses. Violence is no good.
What? You're going to save me?
Step aside, Big Nepsy. I have no obligation to this monster, and she's not getting out alive.
It's a bad move, Uzume. Anyway, I've decided to put this gross bug into my specimen book, so you can't.
What?
I mean, come on! Check out those purple wings! She's like some kind of poisonous butterfly, so she's gotta be a rare creature. So, I'm gonna put her into my specimen book alive and make her part of my collection. Ah!
Well, she is the most vile creature here.
Exactly! Well, that's the deal, so it's absorption time. Let's go!
I'm getting sucked in!
Goodness! She's really shrinking and getting absorbed by that crazy book!
Last but not least, I just tape her down and voila! It's finished!
Huh. That's a pretty dope book if it can turn that hulking beast into a stupid little bug.
What is the meaning of this? Who do you fools think I am? Release me this instant!
I think she's saying something. Hey, if the book ends up so thick, won't you be unable to fully close it?
Hey! Don't you dare ignore me! Oh, no worries about that. There.
Whoa! You squished her!
Oh, no, she's totally fine. I don't really get it, but if I close the book, I can preserve her as is. It's super convenient.
This is so weird, but really freaking awesome.
At the very least, it will reduce the burden of carrying her around. And we can speak to her at our leisure afterwards.
I'd still like to get a few punches in, though.
Sure. But let's keep moving back to the base for now.
Right. You gonna tag along, Big Nepsy?
Is that okay with everyone?
Of course! You saved us after all. I'd really like to thank you somehow.
Yippee! I've been kind of bummed out since I got here. It's been super lonely without anyone around. Plus, I've run out of food, so I've been on the brink of starvation for a little while.
We'll make sure you get fed. Least we could do.
Really? Thanks so much.
Let us depart then. We may speak at length once we arrive at our destination.
In case it wasn't obvious enough, yes, this Neptune isn't our Neptune. It's a different dimensions version of Neptune that's happened to stumble in on here and never became a goddess the same way that actual Neptune is. And that's because, and it's a slight spoiler, but it's literally only 10 minutes from now in the next part. Neptune's from Ultra Dimension. In Ultra Dimension, or where you went to in the previous game, Nep 3, you had to earn the right to be a goddess. You weren't just born with it like they are in Hyper Dimension. And Neptune never bothered with that, so this version of Neptune is fully human. She's not a goddess. She never bothered trying to earn her right to be a goddess. But next time on Neptunia VIIR, we're going to head back to the main base and find out where we go from here. But until then, you guys take care now.